And I'm talking in particular when it's me, Buddy, and Sirelli, and we're going somewhere, Buddy might trip over. Now, he might be the butt of the joke for the next 5 minutes. And actually, 1 or 2 jokes were enough. 5 minutes is too long. Buddy then says, anyway, lads, I'm going to go now. Bro, we're meant to be going to cinema. The film starts in 3.5 minutes. Yeah, you lot enjoy it. See you later. And I'm like, oh. Then we have that reflection moment like, maybe that was a bit too much for me now.
Yeah, but
do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to say, but what it is it's like we're having a whole conversation about it now. It's like, when is the point where the person's supposed to say, you're hurting my feelings? Because then it comes at the point where you're like, oh, you guys stop now, it's hurting my feelings. Ah, Batio. What? So instead of that, you're just gonna say to yourself, all right then,
as you said, it's got fuel.
Yeah, I left it. Have your fun. If it gets too far, I'm gonna say to you, yo, bros, that's enough for me. Like, one more and I'm probably just gonna leave because I don't want to hear it no more. Do you know what I mean? So I will definitely voice it, all right, but I will let a few of them go. And I was like, you know what, you don't have to react to everything. Do you know what I mean? So, but if it does get to you, it gets to you. And I don't see why at any point, and this is why I will vocalize my point, is because I feel to myself, I don't see why I should hold it in if it's bothering me. I don't mind being the butt of a joke. I'm fine with it. It's banter. We have a laugh, you know what I mean? I from school days, class clown, whatever else not, I'm happy to make jokes. I do like it. Do you know what I mean? But then there will be a point where I'm like...
It passes a line, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm like, no, that one passed the line. I don't like that no more. I'm going to be quiet and just try and he was honest in that degree. I'll say that part was very honest. Like, I'll just go quiet. I'd say, you know what? I don't want to speak no more because I'm upset and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So let me just leave it alone. And if people now can't read the room to say that's what he's doing and then still keep poking, back when I was younger, it was fight. Now I'm old enough to say, bros, allow it. Or I'm out. Do you know what I mean? I don't need this.
Remove yourself from it.
Yeah, I'll just remove myself from the situation.
What was the question you asked before? Was it you asked something along the lines of, was it the phrases that are used to define men or something along those lines?
Yeah, I was saying that I was basically saying that if the thing I was wrestling when I was saying before was, would you more likely say it to women or would you more likely say it to women, is that with men, we'd be like, nah, it'd be like the mickey taking, but a woman may look at it and say, you're not being man enough. So that was the two things that I was trying to weigh up.
So in regards to that, does that play on our minds when a woman would say, the man's man is dead, or real men are dead, or chivalry doesn't exist? Because remember, that is the old school man, isn't it? Like he is the hunter-gatherer. He is the person that's supposed to do X, Y, and Z. Do you think that affects men as to why they suppress certain things?
I think, and this is me personally, so please do not take this as all men, but I think as a man, if I show too much emotions to the wrong person, their perception of me will change. And can I risk that perception changing? Because if the perception changes and then they challenge you in another arena, my reaction then is going to be disproportionate because I now have to prove I'm still the man, you know. I may have said to you, you hurt my feelings, but now this guy's bumped into the car at the traffic lights, I'm gonna punch him, drag him through the window, strangle him, hold him over a bridge, and say, you're gonna pay for that? Innit, babe? You're gonna pay for that? Still the man. You're gonna pay for that? Do you get what I mean? Because now you're now
prove yourself,
almost reinforcing that I am the man. So being able to be in the middle of it all and work it out, I literally think it's one of those, it's a juggling act. Do you get what I mean? And there are points where I think we should learn to be more vulnerable, but there are also points where I will hide that vulnerability to protect, open and close brackets, manhood.
But vulnerability is not a bad thing.
It's not. But
too much is
too much. But there's a noise downstairs. The house is dark. There's a noise downstairs. Did you hear that? Did you hear what? That noise. Oh. Babe, if you go down, FaceTime me, right? I'll come running after, okay? She's now like, hurt my feelings. Let me just deal with this. All of a sudden, the big piece of chicken ain't going on your plate tomorrow morning. Do you know what I mean? For dinner,
I
you're not
hear
getting the
that.
big piece of chicken. You're getting the
Tomorrow
wings.
morning for dinner, Maddy.
You're getting the wings. Do you get what I'm saying?
I hear that, but the other side of me also says to myself, if and the best one I can use, Citrus don't like mice. So
No.
there's a mouse downstairs.
There was a mouse in the storage unit yesterday. Anna went in there.
Bruv, there's a mouse downstairs. Babe, can you go and get it? I'm scared of mice.
Yes.
And you're like, well, no, I'm not gonna go and get it because I'm scared of. So you know what I mean, I don't. I will tell them I'm scared of mice. I ain't going. If that was my thing, you know what I mean, I'll just tell them I don't want to because I'm scared of it. Why am I now gonna sit there and go, oh, I'm gonna be a hero, and then
And the mouse touches my
bites
leg.
me.
I was going to say the mouse jumps up in my face and bites me. You said the mice touched my
Touches
leg.
my leg. I'm gonna rip my.
I'm fearing it.
I'm gonna rip my foot off, bruv. I'll rip my foot off and dash it at the mouse.
But this is the thing. I'm trying to say I don't want to be. I don't mind saying that I'm vulnerable in it. If I'm vulnerable to my missus, my partner, and I'm going to say to you anything and everything that I feel. Do you know what I mean? I shouldn't have to put on a fake shiny coat or cape and then tell her, say, look, I'm Superman. I'm Clark Kent there and Superman. I don't need to do that. I'm just going to be who I am. You know I'm Superman. You know I'm Clark Kent. You know I'm both, innit? So leave me alone. Do you know what I mean? That's me.
It's because of the stigma about being a man and being a man's man and being strong and the provider and the gatherer and
Head of the household.
head of the household and all this stuff is why we would suppress these feelings, because as we said, to the man them you don't look like a pussy hole, to your missus you don't look like a pussy hole, to your children you don't look like a pussy hole,
Russ.
to your mum you don't look like a pussy hole. Like, that's what I'm saying, because like, for example, as an adult, if you're trying to scare the spiders and your child is scared of spiders, you can't show them to be scared of spiders. You got to be spiders are nothing. You can't make them grow up thinking
Inherit your
spiders.
fear.
You can't
Yeah.
introduce the fear. to them.
Yeah. So that's with them. With your partner, if a man come and, I don't know, slaps a bum when you're out in a club, you got to say something. Even though they might be this big, you got to say something to the man. At least say something to him.
Maybe you deserved it, babe. Shouldn't be shaking that ass anyway.
Hold on.
Look how sexy you are, babe. You know?
Wear that.
Do you know
My
what?
ass bust.
You know, so you've got to, there's time when you have to put on that front. So you will suppress that. Right now, I am pranging out. But you have to breathe it out and firm it.
No.
Yes, you do. This time you have to.
I think you do to an extent.
You do. This time you have to.
Yeah, but you would teach your children to face their fears, right?
So I took no. So I don't like spiders. I'm not scared of them. I just don't like them, and I'm okay with them unless they are quicker than I am.
They're all quick.
Because no. There are spiders that are like, shut up, man. Stamp on it. It's good.
Shut up.
But there are some spiders that will just wing.
I've heard of the screaming spider.
No thanks.
The what?
But
It screams as it runs. It's mad.
yeah.